Hi everybody, it's February 20th, 2026. Um, the ephemeral nature of goals um, takes on different meanings in different stages in our lives. When we are children, goals are far off dreams that we have, and they are wild, and they could be grand, and they could be inspiring, and it could give us power or just enjoyment in life. And then as we get to be, teenagers, our dreams are kind of narrowed, and we kind of think we know what we want, but we still have big dreams. We still have big visions. And in early adulthood, and forward, our dreams get more precise. They get more what many would call realistic, and for some of us, they get increasingly practical and down to earth. But what I've learned with goals in my life is that the best strategy for me has been micro goals. And I know you've probably heard this before about taking one step at a time, or doing one little thing over and over until you achieve its perfection, and then move on to the other little thing. But for me, it's more micro goals are beneficial because it multiplies your output. It multiplies your strings of influence. When you do multiple little things, you get to get little blips of enjoyment on your radar screen, and you get to vary your experience. Because with me, I don't know if I have ADHD or not. I might or might not, but I get bored with doing the same thing over and over again. So doing different things, little different things, whenever I feel like it, whenever the inspiration comes, these little things amount to enjoyment, and they all come together with a global perspective of what I want to do and what I can do and what may be possible with a little bit of work. So this gets me to thinking about faith in templates. As you may have seen, as you have definitely seen on the internet, people are always offering you templates to put into your life in order to achieve or attain something that you want. And the first thing I want to say about faith in templates is that it is best to get out of the precognition of assuming that properly applying a template to your life is going to change your experience grandly. It's going to fit perfectly on top of your behaviors. It's going to fit perfectly into your time schedule, and you will make a lot of money, or you'll be happier. You have to let go of that assumption at first, and when you are dealing with templates that people offer you. This is because different people have different baggage. Baggage could be your tolerance level for stress. Baggage could be your time constraints. Baggage could be your aptitude in operating under stress, and your lack of faith, or your high level of faith. So when you are trying to apply a template to your life, just realize that that template is not going to be doing most of the work. Most of the work is going to be achieving what you want in that aim, and trying to move the numbers around so that it works correctly with you. And that's not to say that templates don't work, but they don't fit on top of your life perfectly, or they rarely do. The second thing I can say about faith and templates is that the problem isn't that people are too complex. It's just that the spiritual weather, when you try to apply templates to your life, spiritual weather, it may seem like it's more wispy, but it's more concrete than you think. When you try to apply templates to your life, and you have to account for how the stressors interact, because it can make a certain person, when you apply a template, it can make a certain person look like an enemy, and they're not. It's just that that person doesn't jive with the template, and they cause undue stress on the structure of the template because you are accommodating them or because you pay attention to them. And so this particular person, this is just an example, but this particular person could abruptly throw the template off, and you won't achieve what you are aiming to because they just aren't congruent with each other. Or another example of spiritual weather where the template won't fit is if maybe the template assumes that you can accumulate a certain amount of resources in order for the scheme to work, but many of us have a scarcity in terms of accumulating resources, and while you're going through this trying to work the template, you're going to feel poor. You're going to feel very unlucky maybe that you can't accumulate the resources in order to proactively chase this scheme from the template. So you have to be conscious of the weather, of your spiritual weather, when you have faith in this template. And the final thing I can say about this is that no matter how well-meaning the purveyor, or the provider of this template is, no matter how much they want to see you succeed and how honest they are being with you, sometimes their success, and I know you've heard this before, their success isn't necessarily going to be your success. Your success most of the time is unique to your taste. It's unique to your vision, into your awareness. The template may help you order your thoughts in a certain way that this provider has been through and has written down, and give you a liturgy on how it works, but it's not necessarily how your mind works. Our minds are just, like I said before, our minds are complete different universes. We are all interconnected, yes, but there's a universe inside each and every one of our minds, and there are variables that make what makes sense to me won't make sense to you. So I'm not saying that templates aren't a good jumping off point, but don't ever expect them to be perfectly perfectly fit into your sphere of consciousness. So I hope this helps. Thanks.